My name is Gráinne Brady and I'm an Irish fiddle player living in Glasgow. I've been working here as a professional musician for a few years now, and I work with a variety of different bands including the Roots Quartet, Top Floor Tabors and Lass. More recently though, I've been working on an exciting new project which will explore the themes associated with the mass immigration of the Irish over to Scotland, particularly at the start of the 20th century. The project, which is called Beyond the Story of an Irish Immigrant, will culminate in firstly the release of my debut solo album, which will be called The Road Across the Hills, and it'll be released February 2019, and also tours of this album and future recordings and performances. The idea for this project came about when I was rereading an old book I read as a child called Children of the Dead End. The book was written by a Donegal writer called Patrick MacGill, who emigrated over to Scotland to find work at the start of the 20th century. Although he was barely educated, he began to read and write poetry while working on the railways in Glasgow and as a Navvy up in Kinlochleven. His writings really reflected on the hard life of a labourer and his preoccupation with the poor, who, like himself, toiled down in the mud to build civilisation but lived on the outside of society. Children of the Dead End was written around 1913, and although it's written as fiction, it is in fact an autobiographical novel. It starts off in Donegal, where it talks about his childhood, the rural traditions, as well as the grip that the Catholic Church and the landlords had over the people at that time. He then emigrates to Scotland with a group of people from Donegal to pick potatoes on farms around Renfrewshire and Ayrshire. After this, he works on the railways as a Navvy up in the mountains. The book draws you in from start to finish, and it's full of really great characters. The music for this album, The Road Across the Hills, will act as a soundtrack to Children of the Dead End. I wrote the music based on pivotal points that happen in the story, and I hope that the music takes the listener on the same journey as MacGill and so many other immigrants. Work is underway for the album, and I'm delighted to be working with a load of talented people to help bring the music to life. Producing the album will be Mike Vass, and playing on it as guest musicians will be Innes White, Andrew Waite, Steve Foreman, Megan Henderson, Sue Ali and Fergus Hetherington. As well as music, I'm delighted that there'll be some spoken word featuring some of MacGill's poems recited by Donegal native Jack Houston. This project is particularly dear to me because the music itself acts as a reflection of my own journey over to Scotland, learning the music and settling into a new country, so the tunes themselves reflect that. There's some Irish sounding tunes, Scottish sounding tunes, and then some contemporary tunes and melodies. The one main hurdle in undergoing a project like this is financing it. I'm self-funding over half of it, and I need your help with the rest. I've got a selection of rewards in exchange for pledges, including pre-orders of the album, fiddle lessons and tune commissions, so just have a look and see if you fancy anything. Or if you'd just like to contribute, there's an option for that too. Thanks very much for having a look at my page, and please spread the word about this project.